folks, and welcome back to twitch.tv/games with Nick. We are back after a brief vacation that I took, and today is actually the release date for Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. So, since one of the projects I built the channel on was the full playthrough of the Progress Sherlock Holmes games, I figured we would try doing the first playthrough of this one live on the channel. So, I never touched this game before. Let's hit new game and go from there. I mean, it's loosely based, in fact, not so loosely based on the original Sherlock Holmes The Awakened game, which we played on the channel, and I'm actually curious to see how different it will be. Ooh. Chapter 1, The Shadow over London. Baker Street. Oh boy, okay.
Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
I set it aside for this evening.
And for that I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a master of observation, might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question? Namely, the whereabouts of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything. The newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically speaking, I often find that the key to everything is good sleep. In a bed. Your papers are here, on the table.
Let us see what the postman brought today.
Yay. London Advertiser, Stamp 28, 1882. Tensions between England and Sweden are running high after a series of unfortunate mishaps during a recent visit to London by Swedish Princess Ildur. Chief among the scandals was the embarrassment of the British diplomatic corps as a result of the unexplained disappearance of Princess Ildur's personal bodyguard. The longtime member of her inner circle took the opportunity to explore London while off duty and never returned from his late-night promenade. Spokesman for the police assures the Advertiser that they are confident that the bodyguard will be located, as he is a striking representative of the Scandinavian people. A man like that gets noticed, whether by spears at the gentlemen's clubs or the fair nightingales who comfort them.
Local gossip, all of it uninteresting.
You think so? You'll be surprised.
Your order from Barnes' bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to his shop. That's good service.
Another letter from Werner. I never reply, but they keep coming.
Oh, that's nice. They are continuing the plot of Chapter 1. I appreciate that.
Where is it?
Pardon me?
I am on the precipice of uncovering a pattern of crime across London spanning many months and involving many men. The missing paper cannot be a coincidence.
That's preposterous.
My dear fellow, life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
Your wife used your newspaper to write its postscript, so after that unpleasant discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something equally tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No, that will not do. Grab your coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope nobody has collected the dustbin.
So let me quickly check. Oh, we got a bunch of outfits. Cheaters always take a second to load up. I don't love it, but... No one my Sherlock to be dressed? Honestly, this way. Yeah. Put a deerstalker hat. I'm sure at some point I'll have to disguise myself or something, but... yeah, Watson is fun. Map of London. Book for Barnes. Among the morning deliveries is a book for Watson. It was from Mr. Barnes, the bookseller, who prefers to do deliveries himself. Attached to the book is Barnes' business card, which includes the address of his store just around the corner. Strand. He disposed it before entering the building because the pages were soiled. There's still a chance it may be found in the dustbin. What I wanted to do, though, was... alright, surrounding movement, sprint, concentration, camera, cycle evidence, pin evidence on screen. You don't have a first-person mode, do you? Okay. Oh, yeah, I remember to concentrate. Alright.
The dustbin is yours for the digging, Mr. Holmes.
Dustbin? No. Yeah, I already have a hat on. Let's change a hat, so... I guess you're not happy with me, so I'll just go back and put the deerstalker back on. Because that's what I like. Classic Sherlock. I am glad that the same voice actor came back from Chapter 1, because I really enjoyed his performance in that game. Oh, I missed it. Cactus spine.
A cactus spine. If it gets in your skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool.
Why is there a cactus spine in the dustbin?
You were mistaken, Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the... Sorry, Mr. Holmes. I just sold my last paper.
Blast. Then why are you still here?
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
Any breaking news today?
The dock accident. It's the talk of the town.
Yes. Besides the tripe on the front page, anything about burglaries?
I'm not sure, sir.
You're a bright child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me, did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
Precisely. What do you know?
I know the value of a shilling.
Dr. Watson?
Cool, now I can take the day off.
Can you describe the man you saw?
He was carrying a lot of books. Up to his chin they were.
Never heard of a well-read assassin.
Looks can deceive, hence the appeal of disguises. Did you see what he was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't. I had to protect the merchandise. And all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
Which way did he go?
Not sure. I was distracted by customers. Sorry.
All right. You earned your shilling. That'll be all.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Maybe I could be your eyes and ears. If you have more shillings.
The missing copy of the Strand was in the bin with a cactus spine stuck in the sheet. Such spines are very tricky to remove once embedded in the skin, making it the perfect assassination tool if dosed with poison. The rest of the newspaper is damp and dirtied with potting soil. You didn't see much. The man was leaning at the doorstep afterward. The man was carrying a stack of books. The newsboy said a suspicious man was carrying a stack of books, and this morning Mr. Barnes, the local bookseller, delivered a novel for Dr. Watson. A cactus plant for assassination, a loud bang. A visit to Mr. Barnes is in order. Alright. I guess I should talk to...
Now, Mr. Holmes, murder? Yes, Barnes has his quirks, but he also
I'll
has
stand
his
watch,
scruples.
just in case the
Not
Strand
every
man.
pawn knows it's part of a game.
Get the Strand! Get your copy of the Strand here!
I mean, I know where it is, unless they've moved it. Oh, maybe they did. No, maybe they haven't. Well, no, it's a little bit different than the standard Baker Street that we were used to, but... Alright, we found Barnes's.
Do you even have enemies that would want to kill you? Okay, perhaps from Cordona.
So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy?
Oh, that's Toby! Oh my god, it's Toby! Oh, I love Toby. I guess it's because we're gonna need Toby later on and they had to introduce him.
I could hardly imagine anything more macabre.
Because theoretically, this is early on in Sherlock's career, and you know we're not assuming the canon of the books, so. Bags under ice, the effect of overwork. Ink, newspaper ink. Sore left leg. High heels. He doesn't, you know, he's very much a workaholic. Yeah, workaholic. Mr. Barnes has developed a limp and has large bags under his eyes, the result of long hours of intense work. He is not very confident and tries to appear taller by wearing high heels. It seems unlikely that such a person would be involved in a murder plot, even if the ink on his hand suggests he is the one who sold the newspaper. Nevertheless, Mr. Barnes could still be a pawn in a bigger plan without his knowledge.
Mr. Barnes, a word. Oh, for goodness sake.
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes. Now will you please...
Mr. Holmes. Golly, I did not see you come in.
Would you care to answer some questions for me?
Well, I wish I could, but I am deep in the weeds with work. How about we reschedule in a month or two?
Come now, Mr. Barnes. It will only take a moment.
No, really deep in the weeds with important things. Well, help yourself to any book. Just take it and pay later. I trust you, Mr. Holmes.
Barnes doesn't seem like himself. Why is he acting this way?
You're asking the right questions, Doctor. Let's find a way to coax him out. The ladder is broken recently, judging by the freshness of the wood.
Okay, that explains his broken leg. Or, you know, his leg issue. What do we have over here? Oh, there's something I can interact with over there. Catalog of exotic plants on Barnes's counter. The name of the catalog reads, Everlasting Plants for an Everlasting Love.
Basics of cryptoanalysis, cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby.
Alright.
Barnes has always been a little odd, but this is uncharacteristic even for him.
Oh, I guess it's more over here.
An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible. In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. wonder who the recipient is. The finest view London has to offer.
Uh, Relatively new stepladder has freshly broken rung. He's frequently consulted books on cryptology as exotic plants. Noticed a suspicious man approaching the house and then heard a loud noise. Oh, I wonder if that's the reason. Um, uh, hmm. I'm actually a little confused. It feels like the flowers. I don't. Uh, no. I guess it's okay. The idea is that the dead flowers on display are correct. The cactus spine and what? I Let me look at the how to play again. Let me go talk to this woman in front.
The weather is dreary, isn't it? To be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall.
Encouraging people to stop and smell the roses?
Our national emblem. God save the Queen.
Oh, a cactus.
Familiar spine? Is this what I found in my dustbin? The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something. must take patience and care to produce a bloom so beautiful.
I imagine so. I merely sell them. Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
Observe. Distant look. Avoids eye contact or distracted. Wearing makeup for beauty or concealment. Morning brooch, honoring deceased husband. Luxury fabric. Clean boots. She's ready to move on. She's done mourning her husband. She is looking for Barnes, isn't she?
Mrs. Fleming, you look particularly lovely today. Is there a reason?
Does a woman need a reason to look or feel beautiful?
No, but your distant look suggests you seek one man's gaze in particular.
Who told you that?
Nobody. Merely a keen eye and some simple deduction.
Well, I'll kindly ask you to keep your keen eye to yourself, Mr. Holmes.
I'll be off.
Alright. So why would... So I should ask her about Barnes, the cactus, and the dead flowers.
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
Yes. No, not really. Well, in a way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
A look?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park with my dog, and most days I spot Mr. Barnes there with his new puppy, so we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached, but since then, we've never spoken. I often see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face.
Oh...
One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a dole to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless, though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break.
She doesn't know how the cactus appeared. She went for a break, and when she came back, it was there. Ooh.
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right.
Alright. Yeah. Barnes displays a bouquet of dead flowers to attract the attention of Mrs. Fleming, a florist. He may hope she will come into his shop and give him watering advice, or it could simply be a symbol of his desperation. Barnes anonymously gifted her a cactus, which he ordered from the catalog on his counter. A questionable choice, but for Barnes, symbol of his eternal love, since the catalog presents this cacti as immortal. Plainly, this is the same cactus who dropped on the Strand outside Baker Street. Now to hear the full story. Okay. Yep.
I think perhaps I have been chasing shadows.
Do not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes. We better tell Mr. Barnes what we've learned.
Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Fleming as a gift. You place flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer. I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled.
Barnes, it's Dr. Watson. Rest assured we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming. Please come out.
All right, then.
So, you know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus and your paper. Forgive me.
I needed that paper to prove a theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic gesture.
Oh, it's true. I am useless with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
Let's be bold. I know what to do.
As in most things in life, truth is the answer. Cease with the abstruse signals and anonymous gifts, and simply talk to the woman.
Yeah, that probably
What is
works.
the worst that can happen? She rejects you, and you are freed from this.
Yeah,
endless
that's fair.
territory.
That... Yes, you are correct, of course. I do have a slight tendency to overthink things. Thank you.
So, at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue of The Strand here all along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the concept of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'll make it up to you however I can.
Why would you have a subscription to every magazine and
translation
newspaper?
Yes, okay.
Like, you're a bookseller, you sell books. People don't come to you for newspapers. The Strand, September 28, 1882. Saltpeter explosion rocks docks. Locals at the Port of London had a rude awakening last night, with loud bangs and thick red smoke disturbing the peace. Merchant ship Moskva had docked at Pier N3 in the early evening en route to Europe when it was rocked by several concussive explosions. The port authority is yet to comment on the incident, and it is unknown if any crew members were on board at the time. Eyewitnesses report seeing saltpeter leaking into the river, but with the area still off limits to workers and the public, it may be some time before we have a full account of what transpired.
Come, Dr. Watson. Let us put this matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about you and Mrs. Fleming.
Alright. So, are we just supposed to... Oh, we got to the corridor. Oh. I'm tempted to put him back into the Cordona suit, but I will not, I guess. Alright. Moving on.
Well, that was an utter waste of time.
An assassination did seem rather unlikely.
There was supposed to be another burglary. I was certain of it. Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No. Well, only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition, and that perhaps, if ill-applied...
I see things that are not there.
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't have to mean anything.
So it seems. Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Which brings us back to my news from earlier. I think I have a case for you, a real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant disappeared. I said I knew just the man to help. What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery, nor the story to launch my writing career. But
It's brilliant. Let's go.
oh, good. Well, his house is nearby. Come.
Looking on the same. Wait. Map. Oh, yeah, okay. That's gotta be that mansion, okay. There's a handsome cab. Like we're going off in the wrong direction, but we'll figure it out. Oh, there's the manor, for sure.
Not much further now.
Now the question is, will Stanwyck still be an absolute horrid racist piece of shit?
This lousy attitude of yours because of my altercation with Inspector Lockhart. Did he put you up?
Yes, he will definitely be a racist piece of shit.
I'm telling you the same thing I tell anyone seeking a missing person.
Good day, gentlemen. Forgive the intrusion. Captain Stenwick, this is my colleague Sherlock Holmes, the consulting detective I told you about.
At last, a professional. This useless officer refuses to do anything about Kimmy here, my missing servant. What was your name again? I shall be certain to inform your superiors.
Sergeant Ruffles. And it's my superiors who made this decision, sir.
Have there been other disappearances lately?
Of course, here and there. But when life is tough and opportunity comes knocking, you can't blame those who answer.
Why has the police department decided not to help?
We investigate murders, thefts, fraud, arson, real crimes. A servant walking away from his master is not our highest priority. That said, if we find Kimahia breaking the law, we'll be sure to notify Captain Stenwick. Now, I must be off. Best of luck in your search.
You heard that, didn't you? The way that man spoke to me. I shall need your written testimony. Then we can lodge a complaint.
Captain, perhaps Mr. Holmes' time is better spent learning about your servant, so that he may begin his investigation.
Ah, yes. Quite right. Fire away.
Tell me about Kimahir.
He's foreign. A Maori. All the way from New Zealand. Biggest man you've ever seen. And as strong as two. Dark hair and fearsome tattoos. He doesn't speak a whit of English. Never bothered to learn. But I made do with pointing. I invested a lot of money in him, so he must be found.
When did you last see your servant?
Kimmy here normally brings me the morning papers, but yesterday I had to get them myself.
Oh no! You had to get them yourself?
May I see your servant's bedroom?
His shack is in the garden. You can't miss it.
Did you search the room?
Of course, but only to check he wasn't lying dead inside. Everything seemed normal at a glance.
I take it this is the first time Kimahir has vanished?
Undoubtedly. The man seemed terrified of the city. I think it was all the noise. He never left this estate. Should he cause any damage, I will bear the responsibility, for it was I who rescued him from savagery and brought him here to England in the first place.
No, yeah, he's very much a racist piece of shit.
Is there any reason Kimahir may have left?
I should think not. He had all he could have wanted. Gainful employment, new clothes, and all the cabbage he could
All the cabbage he could eat! Damn.
Did
Sign me
Kimahir
up.
leave with anything of value?
Heavens, no. I would have mentioned it to Sergeant Ruffles.
Still, he must have fled with some money on his person.
No, no. I kept his wages in my safe. For security.
Oh, yeah, of
I
course.
have enough to get started. We shall first take a look around the mansion.
Go ahead. I'll be here, mentally drafting my complaint.
We can't have these savages hold on their money. No, no, it's much better if they're in my safe. And I invest them. I invested for them. Why do they need to live, after all? What an absolute twat. Ooh.
Looks like a knee print. Chewing tobacco.
Oh, the footprint.
A shoe print, roughly size 11, with a worn-out sole. These are a workman's boots. Someone knelt here. The amount of chewing tobacco suggests they were waiting a while.
Amazing, Mr. Holmes. To read the ground like an open book.
Ooh.
A scrap of Hessian. These were sturdy boxes. It would have required a serious blow to break them. Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact.
Oh, Jesus, yeah, look at that head. Holy cow. What else? Tools? No. What am I looking at? Oh, this thing.
A small navy spyglass. No air coming through it. Button chops. The remains of a meal. The ashes are long since cold.
Oh, is that the ball of narcotic?
A heavy chemical odor. Lend me your nose, Doctor.
Ah, I'll never forget that smell
Yup.
after my time in Afghanistan.
That's cool. That's
It's
cool.
an opioid, Mr. Holmes, a narcotic.
Clothes made of Hessian. Is Stenwick really so miserly? A Maori nose flute. Ngurus, they're called.
Ooh, the window. Excuse me, Watson.
Is this a Tanifa, a Maori water spirit, or something else?
Either way, it's giving me chills.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. I don't know that we're ready for that. Oh.
The rag reeks of smoke. Someone plugged the chimney. This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
Nothing here. I don't want to talk to the jerk yet. Yeah, I don't think there's anything on this side. Ooh. Oh, I need to go to the area next to that. Alright, so here, through. Oh, come on, let me through. Stupid. Let's try going around the other way. Nope, this is also locked. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to go and talk to footprints. Oh! Is this the one that we need to... Yeah, I need to use concentration for ease. I guess the idea is when I see... Oh. Oh, okay, I see. I understand now. So instead of having you... Instead of having you do the reconstruction, you have to first gather all the evidence, and then concentrate on the spots, and choose what was happening. Okay. So we're gonna have to talk about the spyglass, the clothes made of Hessian, and the lock with the unusual keyhole.
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
Yes, I have uncommon locks on every door of my mansion. It makes them harder to pick. Kimmy here and I both had a set of keys.
I'll need to borrow them.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the garden.
I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack. Are they Kimahir's?
Yes, I had to give him something to clothe himself. He seemed unfazed by his bare skin, but I found it distracting.
Ugh. You're so gross, man.
Is this spyglass familiar?
I don't recognize it.
Could it be Kimahir's, perhaps?
I doubt it. I never saw him with it, nor could I suggest how he might have come by it.
Has Kimahir ever indulged in tobacco?
No, the man doesn't even drink.
Are you certain? I found chewing tobacco in the garden.
I controlled Kimahir's expenses since he struggled with the currency. I would have known if he...
Oh yeah, he struggled with the currency, of course. You piece of shit.
Do you happen to know Kimahir's shoe size?
I wouldn't have the foggiest, but I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters. He spent his life barefoot. Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes.
What am I supposed to do with these? At least they now let you slightly run while you're concentrating. This is helpful. This is clearly not him, but someone else waiting for him. That was probably him. Oh yeah, somebody just popped it in. Yep, no, that makes total sense. Actually, that kind of makes more sense. Yeah. Better this. Hi, Watson, sorry, you're a bit in the middle. No, yeah, this has to be this. And the two options are it's either him. No, it's clearly the dude. I am, however, not sure. There is one set of clues that I'm missing to finish the reconstruction. Oh, this is what I was missing.
Could have left these tracks. They seem fresh.
Alright, yeah, I should follow the tracks? Ow. Oh, here. Parallel tracks, grass doesn't grow, often used.
Someone moved a cart to this spot and then took it elsewhere. Can't see it anywhere in the garden.
Okay. This is one. Clearly not. Clearly not. But this is it. Alright, I think we have it all correct.
Surveilling from afar.
It helps that we know what the plot is overall,
When
but
Kimahir went to sleep, the man crept up to the shack and slipped narcotics down the chimney pipe, then blocked it with a cloth. Kimahir inhaled the sedative and fell into a deep sleep. The intruder tried to move him, but the man was heavier than expected. The intruder fell on the sack and dropped his spyglass. In order to transport the servant, he had to use the cart. The final challenge was opening the garden door. Luckily for our intruder, Kimahir had the key in his shack.
Remarkable. It makes total sense.
alright. So we're gonna have to talk to the jerk about the abduction of a servant.
You'd best have found something by now, gentlemen.
I fear that someone may have spied upon Kimahir. Likely the owner of the spyglass I found earlier. It appears they were watching for some time, as there was an impressive amount of chewing tobacco on the ground.
And your point?
I found the residue of narcotics in Kimahir's brazier. There are several explanations, perhaps your servant's recreational interest, or an attempt at poisoning.
Cut to the chase, Mr. Holmes.
You said that you checked the shack earlier. Did you notice the cart tracks near it? Now, one ought to expect a servant to make regular use of such a thing. Indeed, I would have overlooked the detail were it not for the cart's absence. If, as you say, Kimahir never leaves your estate, then where did it go?
I expect answers from you, Mr. Holmes, not questions.
I won't keep you in suspense any longer, Captain. Kimahir was abducted by the owner of the spyglass. When your servant fell asleep, he slipped a narcotic into Kimahir's brazier to make him sleep even more soundly. In order to carry a man as large as Kimahir, the intruder stole the cart and rolled him right out of your garden.
Now, hold on. All this simply to tell me what I already know? Why haven't you found him yet?
I only arrived a moment ago. It is, frankly, incredible that I have already deduced so much.
Every second you dawdle here, waiting for me to stroke your ego, is another second wasted. I'm not interested in the how, the why, or the who. I am only interested in recovering my investment. Spare me the claptrap, boy, and go and fetch my servant.
How do I want to react to that? you call me?
Truly, there is no better evidence of a man's nature than the way he treats those who help him. And you, sir, are a brute. The cruelty of your ignorance about the Maori people, your selfish attitude to a man's kidnapping. The point
I'm
is,
sorry, Watson. I told myself I want to
reason.
avoid reacting, but he's just too much of a dick.
And we need a key to follow his trail.
Well, then you should have led with that. Here you go. I hope you'll return soon with good news. And in the meantime, please teach your companion the art of brevity.
Oh, I hate him. I hate him so much. Let's see, what are notable features of the abductor? There's a spyglass. There's chewing tobacco remains. Ooh, footprints? Yeah. Oh, I must be needing something more to conclude that. And that as well, like, suggest. Not suggest, I suppose. Alright. Am I supposed to follow the traces of the cart? Yes. Way. This way. This way. Ooh. Something here.
What does it say? What is it? What it...
Hey.
No seams or torn fabric on this doll. Likely one-legged by design.
Hey ho, strict pigeons and roof raven. Another treasure hunt is upon you. With a clue in hand, it's up to you to find the dolls. Okay. First thing is the wheelbarrow where there's a statue.
Treasure. Used to do lots of those in my childhood, myself, and
Is it a call for help?
a bad joke. Or both. Better not risk leaving this matter ignored, don't you think?
This is the cart.
Sturdy rope, professionally tied in a Portuguese bowline. This knot is often used by sailors to create a bosun's chair. Wheels picked up grass along the way. Kimahia's cart, I gather.
And tobacco. Ooh.
Roy Soulsby. Could that be the name of our man? A strange substance. I have my suspicions based on the color and consistency, but would you care to hazard a guess, Doctor?
Well, it's odorless, but from the way it absorbs water, I'd say saltpeter.
Then we're in agreement. Well done.
Alright, we've grabbed everything, so it's time to let our little gray cells work. Yep. Kimia was kidnapped by a sailor. Where does the trail lead? Abductor is a sailor. Followed with saltpeter. And calling card. Calling card is not right. Sailor's not. The strand? Yeah, the strand. Explosion, of course. We now know that Kimia's kidnapper is most likely a sailor and that his wallet bears saltpeter residue and that there was a recent saltpeter accident in the port of London. Everything suggests that to find Kimia, we must head to the port of London. There is no time to lose. This battle, we find Cap to the port of London immediately. Alright, before that, though...
The strand proved not so useless after all. The saltpeter accident. Doctor, do you recall?
The port of London. Of course. The footwear, the spyglass.
Indeed. We shall need to take a cab there.
Alright, we're not gonna take a cab just yet. First do this thing. There's a statue, like a bust over here? No. Okay. Where else in the area would there be a wheelbarrow? That little park right by Barnes's would be my guess. Okay, let's keep an eye out for a bust. Yep. Here. Wheelbarrow? Is there a wheelbarrow nearby? Here. There we go.
A miner with a sooty face. At least, in doll form. What's this?
Hey ho, street pigeons and sewer rats, and our treasure hunts upon you. With a clue in hand, it's up to you to find the dolls. This looks like a market of sorts. Now, I'm not sure. Oh, there's some stands right by the house of his lordship. And I guess that would be the house of his lordship. His racist lordship. Yep, those are the stands. And it is somewhere by the stands, I guess.
Are you able to help me?
I wish I could help, but I know nothing.
Where would you be? Little dolly, right here? Yeah!
Unnaturally bent legs, yet they look to be a design choice. Unnatural. Seems to be.
Alright, read by the bookseller and the florist, and we go through. Okay. I'm willing to engage in these a lot more with a map-based approach. Like, you know, I don't have to explore all of Cordona to find these dolls. It's like, okay, it's a small but more lively area. I can just follow it along and find it. In this little hidey hole, maybe? Oh.
A model of a homely room and fireplace.
Like, I can't... Oh, further up? Chimney?
Chimney bears a peculiar form, like it's meant to have something put inside.
Definitely one of the dolls.
Looks like a factory to me. Wonder what could get the gears inside moving. A small minecart. Endearing, if disturbing. Looks like putting something in the slot may get the gears inside to move.
Alright. Yeah, let's,
Charles.
This is creepy.
Anne.
I guess you don't have to guess. He just puts the doll appropriately.
Tom.
Charles and Tom.
Children's clothes, judging by the size.
So right by the river.
Padlocks have names etched onto them. Anne, Tom, Charles.
What the fuck? Anne Coldrain, age 12, because of that blood loss due to leg injury. Tom Gale, age 5, because of that smoke poisoning. Charles Potter, age 14, because of that severe burns debilitating injuries.
Tom, Charles, Anne, and Mary. Last doll seems recently made.
What the fuck have I stumbled into? Mary drown herself? To the smartest pigeon of them all. You finally made it. You found the last piece of the puzzle. But it's not the last piece in the sun. It's the last piece ever, my straight pigeons. I know to a lot of you, my riddles were the only glint of light in your day. But shining its sole beam meant being surrounded by complete darkness. With Charlie's death, the third of our foursome, my lips have lost the ability to smile. Life has forced us to work where we don't belong, squeezing what little light we had out of us. Each day ended with me praying that the next, when I'd have to climb down the chimney again, breathe all those awful fumes, listen to all the screams, would never come, and I don't even know how to pray. My friends thought I was the strongest, but with every loss I felt smaller and weaker, and now I feel nothing at all. So goodbye. I hope that one day you can fly away to warmer places, happier times, and never again be forced to give up your lives for scraps.
Not sure I like the treasure hunt's ending.
Ooh.
Could we really have saved her, Holmes?
No. Solving this crime is beyond my reach. It is society who must work on sparing children from death by hard labor.
Jesus Christ. Boy, that was a bummer. Like, it's good that things are better these days, because holy cow. Oh. Could we have saved her if we'd gone to the spot? Okay, so let me go back to his lordship's manor. That was a good side quest. Like, just hits you right there. Oh, I guess this is where we found the doll. So regardless of where you start, you can find all of them. Regardless of which one is the first one to garner your attention. That was cool. I hope I'm not missing any other side quests around here.
Yeah.
Oh no, poor horsey. Okay. Well, let's go and get a cab. Ooh. I'm gonna make a save. And actually, this will be a good place to take a quick break, so we'll be right back. Alright, we are back.
Where to, go? The Port of London, please. I will show you where to stop.
Chapter 2. The Blood Red Knight. Port of London.
Mr. Holmes, what a compelling mystery we have stumbled upon. Perhaps I have the premise of my next novel.
One kidnapping does not a story make.
Stop! A black cat crossed before us. It's a bad omen.
I do not take you for the superstitious type, Doctor. Such things are mere fantasies, tricks of a feeble mind.
Yeah.
Who imagines a physician would keep a surer footing in reality.
Perhaps, before the war, my time abroad was difficult. Once, I came across an Afghan, bleeding, who I could not save. He pressed a rosary into my hand. A gift, he said, so as to gain God's favor. After that,
Dr. Watson?
Yes, well, I shan't get into details, but sometime later I found myself lost in the desert. Dehydration set in, and things grew ever more dire. The man's words came to me. I said a prayer and placed the rosary on a rock. A gift to gain God's favor.
And you were rescued.
Yes. A detachment of British soldiers found me.
To whom I'm grateful. But without their diligence, you would not be standing here and I would not have this case.
I'm sure you have another explanation prepared, Mr. Holmes, but I think I shall cling to the occasional superstition all the same.
To each his own, Dr. Watson. So long as it does not interfere with my methods, to wit, we must press on, cat or no cat. The question remains, why abduct Kimmer here?
Okay. He has a Dr. Exactly sailor from the port of London. He's a bulky man wearing size 11 shoes with worn-out soles. Found another scene of Kimia's abduction. The card has some text printed on it that reads Roy Soulsby, London. Okay. Well, let's start going into the pub and talking to people here. Or talking to people outside of the pub.
May I ask you something?
Oh, you're fortunate. I will help you.
The man usually wanders close to the dockyard. Alright.
Oh, hardly a reputable establishment.
I've seen worse.
Tickets to Oakmont, Massachusetts are still available. Karen will depart next Tuesday by Pier 92. Pier N2. Oh, the poor fellow with the, Oh, I remember the poor fellow who had a hook for a hand and used it to clean his blood. Oh, that was a fun joke, but maybe not particularly PC to disabled people.
Greetings, miss. I'm hoping you can help us.
We shall soon see.
Observe. Pale with chapped lips. Vomit stains, morning sickness. Belly a bit distended. Ooh, someone is pregnant. Let's see, how would you... She has to know because of the morning sickness, right? She's just trying to avoid it because the moment she knows, she's out of a job. So I'm gonna go with tries hiding.
Your clothes are already tight and soon they won't fit at all. How far along are you?
I thought I'd hidden it better. How did you know? Are you a doctor?
In a manner of speaking.
He's not. He merely has the ego of one. I apologize, miss. Mr. Holmes is fond of his observations, but I am the doctor here, not him. Do you need any help?
I'm fine, thank you. I would rather not discuss my condition, nor let word of it spread.
Yep.
My colleague and I are seeking a burly man, above average height, with workman's boots.
Half my customers, then. Your description hardly narrows things down.
I heard tell of a recent explosion in the port. What do you know of it?
Ah, yes. Something exploded in a ship's cargo hold. Caused a terrible blaze. The sky was red with smoke till morning.
Where precisely did it occur?
The ship sank near the third pier, next to the dockyard.
Well, provide evidence, call card.
Are you familiar with a Roy Soulsby?
Roy Soulsby? I know the name, but he's not one of my regulars. My guess is that he works somewhere around here.
Alright. Anything else? Oh, this is the exit. I did not mean to do that. That's fine. We're just gonna go back in. Oh yeah, there's stuff over here. Missing person poster. Hello! Giravesh missing for a week. Please tell if you see him. Ask Daya in Port Shantytown. Red rag over house entrance. Will destroy pests of any kind of complexity except payment cash only. Ask Gervant. Who is the person that disappeared? Let me talk to her about it.
What do you know about this poster?
A foreign woman asked to put it up. She's plastered them all over the port.
Any clues as to her whereabouts?
None. It was hard to understand what she was saying.
Alright. Can now get out. Let's look at... Oh, this is a complicated map. Okay, so then we're the Cursed Mermaid, which is down on the bottom left. Okay. Like a small dock of sorts. I did find in the original game that the port was just a little too big. Sir of Gibraltar seeking carpenter and able seaman. Bred to Captain Ahab, Leaden Hall Street Post Office. Strongly needed for honest work. Apply for details at the pub any Wednesday.
Ma Dalton swears she saw ghosts in Warehouse 2. The coppers even went over there. Must be serious.
Can I talk to them? No. We're just gonna have to go to Warehouse 2 and check for ourselves. Okay, this warehouse is locked.
Almost no fish the last couple of days. Almost no fish the last couple of days.
Nope.
The coffin won't go away and the doctor's too pricey.
Is this familiar to you?
I can't help you with this.
Is this familiar to you?
I can't help you with this.
Alright, worth a shot. Where are we? Yeah, I see. Okay. This should be the place, right? Yeah, for sure.
Hello, lad. Is this where I may find Dea?
You read the poster? Yes? You know where my brother Girves is?
Sadly, no. Well, not yet. Where did you last see Girves?
He worked at a, warehouse. This man, Roy Solby, gave him the job. He paid him a necklace.
Do you still have the necklace that Solsby gave to Girves?
Girves left it near the, shrine. I tried to sell it to buy medicine, but no one wanted to buy.
I want to speak to Dea. Is she around?
Amma, my mother, she got sick after the hot...
Oh,
the fire.
Jesus.
Big
Oh.
red smoke. She couldn't breathe, so I took her to the doctor. Now I am in charge.
How would you describe this Solsby?
He was big and strong. He had a big scary eye.
Scary, you say?
Yes, like it was made of metal.
Don't go anywhere.
Alright.
This cheap pendant looks like silver, but it's only made of tin. No surprise the boy couldn't sell it.
I miss Gervais. Do you think he's okay?
He's actually dead, kid. But, you know. Can I at least give you money for your mom? No? Game is not gonna let me do that.
I should have helped Amma put out the posters.
Oh. Okay, we can still find the local clinic. Let's try to make this right for the poor woman. Sure, he lost a son. His Gervais is dead. Probably has freaking snakes in his belly. Is this the clinic? No? I mean, this looks like it should be the clinic. But I can't go anywhere, so... Clinic. Clinic? Lit door. Clinic? Oh. No, we're back at the pub.
Have you ever heard of a man with a metallic eye?
I've seen him even. Dirty Summers is the name. A nasty lout with a silver ball in place.
Oh, Jesus, that's gross.
I shudder to ask, but where does one find a Dirty Summers?
He likely signed on with a ship. I am not one to spy on others, let alone him.
I see.
My advice, keep away from him.
I mean, I don't disagree, to be honest, but, don't really have the option. Well, we'll stumble upon the local clinic, I'm sure. Look, that's Tower Bridge being built. That's cool. Warehouse 2 is supposedly this way. Think? Maybe Dock 2? Oh. That's the camera plays a bit of a, tricky thing. I guess it must be Dock 2 instead of Warehouse 2. Maybe this is the warehouse? Looks like a warehouse. Nothing we can interact with. Let's keep going this way, I guess.
Mal Dalton swears she saw ghosts in Warehouse 2. The coppers even heard.
Okay, these are the piers. I see. There's a train. This place feels in a very poor state, to be honest.
Moskva. Sounds like this ship was from the east.
My money is on a loose cigarette or a discarded match. One careless throw and...
Boom.
Not in the mood, mate. Shoo!
Pardon me, sir. I am looking for Roy...
Oh, not again. Yes, I'm Roy. But I can't help you find your uncle or whoever you've lost.
Now, what makes you think I would inquire about missing people?
You are the fourth person to ask this week. Just because I work at the port doesn't mean I keep track of everyone who comes here.
You say we are not the first to ask you about a disappearance. Do you recall anything about those who came inquiring?
I only remember the foreign woman. I didn't catch her name, but those are her posters hanging up everywhere. She has badgered me twice now, but I still don't know nothing.
And this woman can be found?
No clue. She was talking gibberish.
May I ask what you're doing here?
This is where the ship sank the other day. I'm trying to work out how we'll remove it.
Now, where was I?
Any stamp ink stains? HM Cuss. Waltham Hillside Pocket Watch, mint, solid gold. Oh. No muscle tone, not brawny. 5'5" tall, average height. He is not strong, so he's definitely not the abductor. HM Customs, so he's the customs officer. He's probably corrupt. Yeah. I'm gonna go with corrupt.
Can't help you there, mate.
I have been told that you hired Dea's son, Girves, right before he vanished. His brother also said you had a metal eye. What do you make of this?
Tell that him to stop making things up.
Have you seen this before?
My card? Where did you dig that up?
At a crime scene near Baker Street involving a young servant's kidnapping, I might add.
No. Someone used it without my consent. How else would it end up there?
Alright. Are we going back here? Feels like we're going a little further back. I don't know, I'm kind of lost in this port. Warehouses, 8, 9, 10. Seven, 6. $12. Goes around. This looks like a clinic? Maybe? Nope. Where am I? I keep going this way. Well, at least we unlocked the warehouses, fast travel. Ew.
Good evening, Constable. I heard some people talking of ghosts in this warehouse.
Gossips, all of them. An old lady neighbour saw some lights in ghostly shapes in the middle of the night. She heard music too. Turns out this was the warehouse of Grandpa Kujak. He owned a business with theatre props for scary shows. I went in and, well, it is a bit creepy, but I think it was probably just some kids fooling around.
Do you mind if I take a look inside?
Not at all. It's like Madame Tussauds, only worse. I'll be on the beat round the pub for the rest of the night. Damned explosion. Good night, sir.
Alright, let's take a look at the haunted warehouse.
An effective contraption. It still works.
Fluorescent paint.
Phosphorus used recently. Where is this going? Who is this intended to scare?
Empty space, missing
Several
crates.
are missing.
Okay.
Bottles of various shapes and sizes. I detect a mix of chemicals and aromas. No brand or markings. It looks like a bulk product. Somebody had fun.
Oh, look at this cart.
Inspired by the legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Cute.
That's most likely the ghost the old lady saw through the window. A small cart left those tracks.
Okay, so this one is pretty clear. It's just somebody using the boot. Yeah, it's somebody using the boot. No brainer there. What else am I missing? Oh, you know what? I probably need to go out and follow the tracks. That would be smart. That would be very smart indeed. No? Was I too smart? I may have been too smart. There's a bottle, but apparently I cannot pick it up. Let's go back to the warehouse, I guess. No, okay. Maybe I was too smart. Because I don't know where the spots for putting more stuff are. And I don't have more stuff to put anyway. Oh, there was something on, oh, on the back. There we go.
There was a box in the coffin. It was removed quite recently. They opened the casket and left marks. A herbal odor with an acylic base. Liquor?
Yeah, definitely this. feel like this is a smuggling operation of some sort. Yeah, for sure. Oh. Oh, it's nice. They even tell you what thing is wrong.
Somebody played with phosphorus to give the illusion of ghosts or ectoplasm. In reality, they were here to mix a few ingredients and prepare a solution of some sort. Then they took a box hidden inside the casket. And they left through that gate with a small cart.
Oh, now we're supposed to follow the cart tracks. Oh, it's too smart. That was the problem. I even saw this bottle.
Dr. Tippett's electric pectobrain. Patent medicine of the future.
This is a patent medicine. A quick fix at an expensive price that drags the patient slowly into death.
Okay, we should talk about this to someone, I guess. Let's clear this just because it annoys me otherwise. Let's travel back to, I guess, the Cursed Mermaid.
What can I get you?
Oh, no, this is not the... No, never mind. Oh, I can't fast travel from there, that's why. This means ask a random person.
Can I ask you a question?
You're lucky to find me.
Dr. Tippett electric pectobrain can be found in shantytowns. It is dispensed in a yard to the sick and suffering. Alright, let's go to the shantytown.
The coffin won't go away and the doctor's too pricey.
Do you know anything about this?
I wish I could be of help, but I can't. Sorry.
I can't. That was a Manchester accent.
Where are we? The cart from Warehouse 2.
Well, I guess we found him, huh? He is very young. He still has the phosphorus on his hands. Almost doctor, homemade made recipes. I don't know. It's like, why the phosphorus, you know? And the way he is phrasing the bottle makes me think of a charlatan. He's just trying to make a quick buck. Yeah, charlatan.
Good evening, sir. Are you the gentleman who sells that intriguing pectobrain beverage?
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm Dr. Thomas Tippett, and yes, its proud inventor and purveyor.
Are you a doctor? You seem remarkably young.
I'm self-educated. I help people in need around these parts with my medicine.
Helping, as in bringing to the grave?
That is unfair, sir. The virtues of my invention are to calm the nerves, to stop coughing due to the endless smog, and to help children to sleep.
Has your beverage been tested by your peers or any medical authority? I am a doctor, and it appears that you are playing with people's lives, people who place their trust in you to ease their pain.
People need help, and drugs are expensive. My formula helps, and it's inexpensive. The product is dispensed from here only, so dose and usage are controlled. I looked into other patented medicines. They contain harmful or useless substrate, and they're sold in respected shops and pharmacies.
Do you realize what you are doing? You are playing with people's health.
You're a doctor. Take a look at my product. You won't find mercury, radium, lithium, or any other toxic substances drowned in alcohol and sold freely by so-called health professionals. I can show you how I work. Let me help people.
Watson, what do you make of this situation?
I'm not sure. Patent medicines can be a scourge, yes, but he is not entirely wrong in practice.
Why the haunted warehouse?
Well, nobody was using it, and people are afraid of ghosts. It kept them away until today. What I do is not entirely legal, but I do help people.
I hate that.
The patient has a high temperature and is short of breath. I can hear the patient suffers with their lungs.
They've been administering shit to these patients too.
I help up to 50 people here every day. It is working.
I'm not in love with it, honestly. None of those are good. So I don't think we have enough to answer that yet. Or that. You know, I feel like I had a little bit of a loss right now as to where to go. Or what to do, frankly. Let me find the cop and turn him in. I don't. Well, maybe he went to the bar, he said, I think. No? Nope, he doesn't seem to be in the bar.
After the incident the other day, it seems customers are staying at home.
Okay, oh, there's a copper. I'm gonna report him.
Constable, my name is Dr. Watson. A man called Thomas Tippett has opened a field hospital nearby and is selling illegal medicine there. He is using Warehouse 2 for his smuggled product. Please stop him.
I knew it was a swindle. Real ghosts don't look like that. I'll check on this crook right away.
It's like, I feel like unsanitary conditions are worse than no help at all, ultimately. So I guess what we need to do now is find a clinic.
Is there a doctor? A man is very sick here.
It sounds as though those people will need my help.
Where? How do I get to you?
Hello, this is Dr. Watson. We'll take a look at your friend.
Ooh, initial stage of necrosis? Damn!
The subject is hyperventilating. He has a pale face and dilated pupils. Freshly dug up treasures, it seems.
Everything ends up in a river. It's a good thing these people
Water has a curious whitish tinge to it. Dilated pupils, decolorized skin, necrosis. What do you make of this, Doctor?
All signs point towards acute poisoning. It could possibly be due to chemicals. I won't jump to any conclusions yet.
What are you looking at? Do you like to watch our man suffocates himself for food? Almost no fish the last couple of days.
Pile of rotten food. It carries danger, but not of the kind that we witnessed.
Which way is upstream?
Are you able to help me?
It is a shame I can't answer your question.
Maybe upstream is the other way.
What are you looking at? Do you like to watch our man suffocates himself for food?
Well,
Gruesome. It's been decomposing for weeks. If this were the origin of the disease, it would have started sooner than a few days ago. The waterway goes under the buildings. We'll need to find other open sections.
Okay, so we go to the warehouses.
In order to continue our search.
Oh, no.
Human waste. Despite looking fairly hazardous, I doubt it could cause such acute...
Jesus Christ. We have rotten food, a dead dog carcass, human waste, all of that going downriver. Cool.
This pipe disposes of wastewater from a factory. A possible culprit, but likely of course tried a
Cool.
long time ago.
Factory waste.
I can't see any other major source of contamination in this section of the waterway.
Alright, so we're gonna need to go around. This way. Oh, I think we found our culprit.
Phenol, a dangerous substance often used as a sanitizer, coming from Spade Chemicals.
Brian, never loaded this trolley with more than half the weight of Denny Nutcracker or 200 pounds at a time. She did the Mexican Flamingo with Joshua, and the poor thing is not running well since the trolley, that is, Joshua broke long ago. Also, the ship from Barbados asks for 1 ton of phenol, so let's hurry up. Ivy, Spade Chemicals. Okay.
The fish's scales have decolorized. What a disaster.
Alright, so we found the issue.
A recent cart crash.
Alright, I assume we need to... Actually, we need to talk to people about it. Okay, interesting. Yo, what's up?
Could you help me? I think I can help you.
The Warehouse 5. Alright. 8. I feel like we went by Warehouse 5 at some point. 2. 1. 5.
Barrels of phenol from your company ended up in the canal. It has poisoned people. You will need to clean it up properly. Otherwise, we will inform the authorities.
What the? We will call the cleaning brigade immediately. I hope this can stay between us.
Gentlemen, the doctor here and I have found the source of the contamination. Spade Chemicals will take care of it.
That's pretty good news. But how long will it take? And what about our friend? Will someone pay for his treatment?
Pressurize the company. But for now, get rid of the stained clothes and rinse any phenol-affected skin. No one else should touch the canal today.
Thank you, we'll do that. Let's go to the chief doctor for help.
I have bad news about that. Might not be a cheap doctor anymore. We're literally unable to complete that. Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess we knew. Dirty Summers is Kimiya's kidnapper. It seems that Royce Silsby could be Summers' accomplice. Alright. That means we can go and talk to him. And that should unlock what we're trying to do.
What are you gawping at?
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on.
What makes you say that?
What is the crime? Who is the criminal? Dirty Summers.
A man named Dirty Summers was involved in some recent kidnappings across London. He used your name as a cover for his deeds.
What? Really? That doesn't mean I'm involved, though.
Oh yeah, he does. Because of what is Soulsby connection to the crime? It is the calling card.
The calling card was found at the crime scene. That's enough to make you a suspect.
You cannot be serious.
What is Soulsby's secret? He is corrupt, right? I'm gonna go with this corrupt.
It's true. And that's before mentioning your gold watch. It's brand new and awfully expensive for a customs officer. Clearly you have found yourself another source of income. I'm sure Scotland Yard will be delighted to investigate further.
All right, stop. Look, it's not as it seems. I did not partake in the kidnappings.
I'm all ears, Mr. Soulsby.
Yes, I know Summers. He paid me to turn a blind eye to his business in the warehouse area. Just that. On my word.
You did not tell me which warehouse he used?
I do not recall. But I used red paint to mark unsupervised warehouses. Ought to be one of them.
What else can you say of Summers?
He is a regular at the Cursed Mermaid. Goes there with his crew almost every evening.
What for?
I don't know. I assumed just for a drink.
Alright. We should go look at the warehouses and find ones with red paint. This was abandoned, but we already knew that. It's clearly not number 5. Or number 1. Which 3? That we had already seen 3. Where? Why are there people here now? That's weird. Didn't used to be people around here before that. Okay. We're gonna have to call it soon. And I just wish there was a better breaking point. But I don't think we'll get one. Still not particularly fun to move around this area, I have to be honest. I feel like I'm running in circles and I'm not entirely sure where to go. Year 3. Where we found him. Let's just go to the Cursed Mermaid. Watson? Watson? Get the fuck out of my way, Watson!
Saltpeter explosion rattled.
Fuck's sake.
Can't blame them for staying at home. Why do I have the feeling that you know more about Dirty Summers than you're letting on?
I have nothing more to add, sir. I failed to follow. Are you finished?
Why do I...
I just have to talk about Dirty Summers.
Enough. I have hard evidence that Summers was involved in recent kidnappings across London.
I'm not surprised. So what?
As we're trying to connect to it, the testimony.
A customs officer, Roy Soulsby, testified that Summers was a regular here. You must know something about his business.
All I know is his drinks order.
What is the bartender's secret? She is pregnant! Oh, this is terrible. We're gonna blackmail her? Oh, I don't like it. Oh. Oh, I guess we have to.
If the lives of the missing do not concern you, then I would urge you to think about your unborn child.
Are you threatening me?
Here's the thought.
Nothing of the sort, but that doesn't mean that there won't be consequences for your silence. Everyone knows you happily served Summers and his crew. Should the police come knocking, you'll be the one going away. And none of us wish to see you raise a child behind bars. Now, spare yourself the trouble and tell me all you know.
Okay. Summers hired my private room. I think he used it to recruit people, but I haven't seen him in a few days. He paid me cash, so I paid him no attention. Nor did I touch anything inside. Here's the key. Go and do what you will. Just leave me out of it.
Alright. Okay, this is a good ending spot. That's cool. I wish we could zoom in and see it a little bit better, but... Strongman needed for moving crates in warehouse area. Heh. Fresh scratches deeply carved.
Strange symbols. I don't recognize them.
The Parker and Williams Co. Manchester. Invoice number 012B, date 20th September 1882, sold to Oscar Summers. Cargo, high quality sailcloth packed in wooden crates. 50 crates for £50.
5 shillings. That won't go far.
The job is to move crates into warehouse area. Dirty Summers harass men into Pop's private room. Right, let's first get our Plague Doctor. Oh, Jesus. Get the Plague Doctor mask. Oh, that's terrible. is he? So he was hired to move crates in a private room. I guess these two things. In a warehouse holding sales and marked with red paint. During summers, it's hard meant for warehouse work, specifically to carry crates of sailcloth. The abductees could still be inside the warehouse, but should be marked with red paint. Alright, okay. Let's spin it. Okay, we will find the warehouse, and that's what we're gonna call it. Man, I wish I could keep playing, but I'll be busy today. Oh. You know, maybe tomorrow, instead of Dragon Age, we will play some more of this, because I am into it. Am I into it more than the original version? I don't know. There's a lot of familiarity with me and that version, so... I don't see red paint. Oh, I do see red paint here.
Unlikely that this warehouse has the goods.
Too small? Man, I'm actually kind of regretting starting to stream it because shit, I kind of want to keep playing it even on my own. Where are more warehouses? Come on. You know, I have to say, a pretty positive impression of the game after the first couple hours. It is definitely different enough that you can quite be like, oh, this is just the Awakened. No, it's definitely something more.
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry, sir.
No, yeah. It's dumb that they let you interact with people even though the clue is not one of the interact ones. I guess maybe on higher difficulty they might not have the little symbols to tell you what to do with the clues, but still. This. Ooh, lockpicking. What? Oh, I see. Okay, okay. Let me go back inside the lock. So I want... 2, 3, 1, if I understand how lockpicking works. 2, 3, 1. Except I need to do one more to all of them so they're actually on the level. There we go. Boom. Open. Okay, and honestly, this is the best place to call it. Right before we enter whatever's waiting for us on the other side. Nothing good. Okay, yeah, so thank you for watching. Yeah, you know what? I think we'll actually be back with this for the next couple of weeks. We'll put Dragon Age Origins on pause. Kind of worked out for the best because I actually lost the last stream I did of Dragon Age Origins. So I've had to replay something that I just played, so I think we'll just put it on the side. Play through The Awakened, and once The Awakened is done, we're gonna switch back to whatever we were playing beforehand, which I don't quite remember. What did we do before? Was it an action game? I'm gonna have to figure it out now. What else do I still have installed? We were playing through. Shit, what were we doing? Well, anyway, we'll get back to playing that game if we need to finish a game that has been left unfinished. If not, we will start something else. And just enjoy. So thank you for watching. And again, we will be back tomorrow at the usual time for some more Sherlock Holmes Awakened. So I hope you'll join us then. Until then, take care.